20 inches. That is my longest bass on Favorite Lake. Morning everybody, Mike from FisherMN here. We made it. You know, some mornings are a little easier to get around than others. It took me a while to get everything ready in the boat here, but we're ready. It's windy, but luckily we're on a side of the lake that's not affected by the wind as much. So we're gonna get out there for a couple hours. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna use a frog, use the chatterbait, jig. Does that sound familiar? And we're gonna see what we can get. I think today I'm gonna weigh my fish. Last time out here on Favorite Lake with Sean, we were just talking about the build of these fish. So I'm gonna give you an idea of the weights, maybe a few lengths, because that'll give you a little perspective. But these fish seem to just be really, really thick. So we're gonna see what our end weight is for our best 5. Let's go fishing. Sometimes I work this area and I think about other parts of the lake, but today this is a good option because of the wind. So maybe we'll go a little slower through here. So while it's down enough, we'll fish this side and then we'll start heading into the wind and find the calmest shore we can. One thing I like is it's not as chilly this morning. It's interesting to say that in July, but it's been for the most part a pretty chilly summer in the morning. Here's a fish to start our day. All right, so here's one of those smaller guys, but just chunky. Look at that belly on there. So just to give you some perspective, I'll give you a measurement, and then I'll give you a weight. 15 incher. All right, this 15 incher is 2.09 pounds. So 15 inch bass, 2 pounds. Next time you're at your local lake, give a 15 incher a measure and see how it measures up. Maybe I'm just crazy here, but I think the fish are just chunkaronis here. All right, we'll try the jig here, then we'll move on. There we go. Fish on. It's to be another one of those chunky 15 inchers. There we go. Chunk. All right, let's bounce the frog around in the reeds. The fish says, okay. We still got him. Our best one of the day. Let's just hoist them in. All right. I wouldn't mind a few reed fish today. All right, here we go. Another chunky guy. What do we have? A 15 and a half incher. We had a 15 and a half incher that was 2.09 pounds. All right, getting set back up. Had to put a new battery in. Just caught a fish, so hopefully the footage survives. I put it on the hook here because today we're checking out the weights. So we had about a 15 and a half incher that was 2.09 pounds. This guy seems to be a little bigger, and we will see. No, we won't. My clip came out. We'll have to measure the next one. Whew. one of those days. That was my first cast into the reeds. I'd been concentrating on the lily pads because the lily pads have been so good. But maybe early this morning with this cover, maybe we got some bigger fish working in the reeds. So we'll throw it in there and we'll bounce it around and see if we can get another one. Oh my goodness. That fish wanted it. Oh, wow. All right. Well, we lose about a 16-incher off the side of the boat. And this guy says, you know what? I want to be measured and weighed. I don't know if it was 2 fish or what, but man, look at this. This guy is just round as all around. And he is fresh. This guy is 16 3/4. And let's see, 16 3/4. How much this guy weighs? 3.26 pounds. So 16 3/4 inch bass, 3.28 pounds. That, my friends, is a chunk. Great fish. So I said, you know, maybe I'll just bounce it around in the reeds a little bit. After fishing that whole lily pad field, and that's 2 casts, 2 fish. Maybe we just got lucky, or maybe we got a pattern going here. When I first started coming to Favorite Lake, that's where most of my big fish came from, were the reeds on the far side over there. So definitely they can be hanging around here. There we go. Another one in that 15-inch range. Big fat belly. See if we can get a little something going out here. Feel like we'll get some fish in the reeds. Last time out there was some monsters out here that were splashing around. Fish on. Oh, a little bigger than what I thought. Swinger in her. Chunk. You know they're good fish when they go clunk when they go back in. Oh, that was a big northern. Oh, did I get him? He came back. Yes. Oh, that was awesome. I thought I missed him, so I just threw my lure back in, and there he is. Nice. Got him by the tip of the snout there. All right. That's a good northern. That's one of the reasons I came out here, to see if I could find one of these guys. Northerns wreak havoc in the boat. That is a great chunky northern. Look at that guy. All right, get him back in before he before he does any more damage. All right. Before the wind gets too bad, let's dip in here and see if we can get some more reed bass. Got my breakfast. Cliff bars have been a lifesaver this year. Well, try the lily pads, try the reeds. Now we got reeds and lily pads. Sounds like a good setup for a 5-pounder. Wow, is that a bass or a northern? Oh yeah. Well, that was a northern. I was gonna say, I've never had a bass jump that high. Getting some decent northerns today. Another decent northern. Alright, get them back in. Well, that's what your frog looks like when northern jumps 3 feet out of the air to eat it. Let's see if we can delicately get it back the way it needs to be. Hey, look at that. Got any cuts in it? Oh yeah, got a huge gash in it. Whew. Well, if you've never caught a northern, it's a bit of a fire drill to get them in. Alright, we got to do some fixing of this frog. I actually know it seems crazy, but I don't have many frogs with me this trip. I had a few extra ones, but they've been pretty beat up. So we got this cut to fix, and I have some mended. So you just put it on, it's a liquid plastic. And we'll just give it a second to dry, and that should seal that hole up and give us some more life on our frog. So you can see, just kind of painted it on. Another bite of my Cliff bar while I'm waiting for it to dry. That's the fun thing about coming out fishing, you just never know where they're going to be. Last time out they were all in the lily pads. Now it seems like they're relating more towards the reeds. There we go. There's a nice fish. Wow, he just kind of rolled right over it. That's what the bigger ones do. I think that'll beat our 3.26 for sure. All right, this guy is 18 inches. So we'll see what our 18-incher weighs. 3.94 pounds. 18 inches, almost 4 pounds. What a fish. Look at that. I just wish you could show on camera better the girth. That is just a healthy, monstrous fish. I was gonna say figuring some things out, but it seems like just when we think we got it figured out, things shut down. So we'll just keep fishing. Got to keep an open mind when you're fishing. I would have guessed that they were going to be in the lily pads today, and that may be true a little bit later, but for right now it seems like they're around the reeds. Darn it. There we go. Good fish. All right, another chunk. We'll get them on our scale here. I guess this is evolving into weighing our best 5. This will be our 5th. We got 2 small ones on the board. This guy is 3.24 pounds. All right, right off the corner of the lily pads here. I think as it's getting brighter out, the fish are getting a little bit more active. That was a nice hit. Alright, I was thinking it was maybe not a measuring kind of guy, but I think we will. 2.49. That brings our 5 fish average up to 15 pounds. Hopefully headed up towards 20. Nice fish. That is some fun stuff when a almost 3-pounder comes all the way out of the water for your frog. Alright, our frog's getting a little beat up. The paint's coming off, but that's a good thing. Means we're getting bit. So if you have the right situation, don't shy away from using a frog in the wind. I talked a lot about that during my video I made yesterday. You just have to have the right angles and the right cover. So we caught one and we lost one in this lily pad field so far. We're just on the first corner of it. Good to know there's still a few in here. Frog bass coming in. Little guy. Oh, there's the big one. All right. We might have another weight class here. Whew. All right, let's see what we got. All right, we got a big fish here. Took it way down there, we got it out. Nice. That is a good fish. 4+ for sure. Got her zeroed out. Let's see. 4.76 pounds. Thank you, thank you. That is almost a 5-pounder. And that's what we're looking for. Monster fish. Alright. I'm gonna weigh this one. Here, we're gonna measure this one. Oh, 20 inches. 20 inches. That is my longest bass on favorite lake. Let's get this great fish back in. Woo! No famous slow motion on that one. That one just wanted out. That's what happens to your thumb after a nice 4 days of fishing. All right, maybe we invented something. Call it drift frogging. We're just drifting and throwing the frog in where it's a little more calm. Such a windy day. Got rewarded with an almost 5-pounder. So I came back to these reeds just because it's where I had the most confidence there was fish. Kind of went through a dry spell. And especially when you're just looking for maybe 1 or 2 more good bites, go back to where you had gotten them in the past. There we go. Another chunk of a football of a fish. Nice. Let's see what we got to get rid of here. Got a 249. Let's see if this guy gets rid of a 249. .255. All right, so you can probably hear the wind and see the wind and see the waves and stuff. How would you fish this area if you were me right now? Or would you fish this area? Definitely a little different way to fish. You wouldn't think of a frog in the wind in the reeds drifting, but it seems to be working out. I was hopeful for all 3-pounders today, so on a 5-fish limit that would be 15 pounds. But you know, it's favorite lake, so we're already over that. The fun thing about this is, like, when it's calm out, sometimes you can kind of see it coming, or the fish just kind of roll over it. But I think with the waves and the wind, the fish are just hammering this frog. The ones that are biting. We're getting less bites, but they're very violent when they hit it, which is a lot of fun. I like that. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I think just another chunky 2-something. Scale issues. We'll get the next one. He wasn't one that was gonna help. Probably in that 2.5-pound range. There we go. Not quite the 3-pounder we're looking for, but you know what? It's been a while since we caught a fish. Maybe they're waking up again. Chunk. Finishing up on Favorite Lake. Another great trip. Couldn't get that 5th 3-pounder in the boat. Actually, we did have it at one point, but it came off the clip as I was trying to get it measured. So we're going to be happy with what we've got. We ended up with a great day on any lake. Time to start heading south again. Yes, it's always tough to leave Grand Rapids, but we're going to head out of Grand Rapids, and tonight I'm going to be staying in Mille Lacs, so that may mean another early wake-up call tomorrow. We'll see how the weather looks, and we'll see where we're fishing tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one. Oh, fish on.